Shalom to the 104,000. It's gonna be a quick hit. Quick hits. Anyway, I'll entitle this video. This is as you can see. Let me bring this back a little bit more. Okay, I'm gonna entitle this video. Pepe Escobar speaks on Ezekiel 38 prophecy, and I'll fix it up. So it says here, Pepe Escobar, which is he's a global geopolitical analyst. Everything is geopolitical now. Larry C. Johnson, which is this gentleman right here. U.S. Israel hit Tehran. Iran destroys Tel Aviv. Hezbollah now joins. So this is what this guy, and I just put it on this. I just clicked on this video. Okay, 52 minutes in, almost 18,000 people watching. This is where you get your real news, the alternative news. So let's just listen.
Of carrying a Russian passport, put Russia into this
is fair use
sustainable position. Which brings us to how difficult it is to discuss the power of the Zionist lobby in Moscow. This is a taboo subject, especially for us foreigners. We have to, it's very difficult to navigate. You never get straight answers from anybody. People, in fact, politely decline to talk about it, but it's a fact. And we wonder how Putin and the Security Council in Moscow are going to deal with that, considering that their strategic partner now is being directly attacked by the Epstein Syndicate. So Russia, moral, not only diplomatic and military, but a moral imperative to defend Iran.
Let's hear that again. Let's hear that again. So he doesn't even know that he's speaking about the Ezekiel 38 prophecy.
Politely decline to talk.
When Ezekiel 38 speaks about them coming to the land of Israel, it's talking about current Israel right now, the people, because they're going to destroy that land while those people are there.
About it, but it's a fact. And we wonder how Putin and the Security Council in Moscow are going to deal with that, considering that their strategic partner now is being directly attacked by the Epstein Syndicate. So Russia has a moral, not only diplomatic and military, but a moral imperative to defend Iran. They are, for the moment, at, I would say, extremely discreet levels. The help is there. Not as much as...
Russia and China, he's going to say that is helping them behind the scenes. But they're going to, take a more active stance. Like I said, but the Armageddon, the destruction, World War III, the end of the world, under the system, is not going to come until the chip. So something's going to happen where everything may cool down. We got to keep our eyes on the Middle East, keep our eyes on Russia, keep our eyes on Israel, and keep our eyes on the U.S., and keep your eyes on the news. You miss a day, you miss a lot. This is when you're supposed to be on a maximum overdrive when it comes to this truth. You should be making, like I said, we're going to start making a lot of quick hit videos as well as the regular videos.
It's needed at the moment, and also considering that the Iranians apparently, and this won't be confirmed anywhere, it won't be confirmed in Tehran, and it won't be confirmed in Moscow. The Iranians are not asking Russia that for help now, as they did not asking confirmed in Tehran, and it won't be confirmed in Moscow. The Iranians are not asking Russia directly for help now. And this won't be confirmed anywhere. It won't be confirmed in Tehran, and it won't be confirmed in Moscow. The Iranians are not asking Russia directly for help now, as they did not ask even before the start of this war. But of course, because there is...
So I had to play that more than once. They're not asking for direct help from Russia and or China. If Russia gets involved, China's involved. Remember, now is the BRICS nations. Iran is not. Iran has a deal with Russia and also China. China backs up Russia, and those are BRIC nations right there. Russia and China.
A strategic partnership. They discuss at the highest level. So we can be sure that the MOD in Moscow and the new, there's a new Minister of Defense in Iran, Nima, was appointed today. I'm sure he'll pick up the phone and call Moscow and discuss, nitty-gritty matters, details, if they need it. And if they need it, Russia will provide it. Very discreet. China has already provided. So in terms of intel, in terms of satellite intelligence, in terms of using the Baidu system, bypassing GPS, you name it. So, which brings us back to the major big picture theme of everything. Russia and China together simply cannot allow Iran to be defeated. Period. How? Russia and China together simply cannot allow Iran to be defeated. Period. Russia and China together simply cannot allow Iran to be defeated. Period.
That's Ezekiel. That's Ezekiel chapter 38 and chapter 39 in a nutshell. And all the scenarios, the visions that the various prophets got, Isaiah 13, Isaiah 14, the ending verses of Isaiah 14, the whole Isaiah 13 chapter, that whole chapter is dedicated to the destruction. Jeremiah 50, Jeremiah 51, Joel 2, Joel 3, Habakkuk 2, Revelation 6, Revelation 18, Isaiah 63, Isaiah 60, that's the aftermath. After they go on, Isaiah 60 is dedicated to the fact that they're going into captivity. Isaiah 61 as well. So if they knew the scriptures, they would not engage in this war. Iran is a strategic partner to Russia and China. They work together. So what this guy is doing is lunacy, but he's doing what the Most High wants him to do. Man's goings of the Yahweh. So how can a man then understand his own ways? He's not doing this on his own.
How they're going to do it? It's another box of worms. It's another Pandora's box. But they know, the leadership in Moscow and Beijing know they cannot allow that to happen. So obviously they are little coordinated on the go how the support to Iran is going to go on, depending on what moves in the battlefield. And there's an extra component, Anima, very, very important, which is not only the United States, as Foreign Minister Lavrov has been saying for the past 4 years, for that matter, non-agreement capable. They are non-diplomacy negotiating capable. And now this is clear, not only to Iran, but also to Russia, which means that this kabuki going on a peace deal of Ukraine, for all practical purposes, is also dead. It is a kabuki, and it's seen by the leadership in Moscow as a kabuki. So now we are in the brutal reality. To quote Hobbes, nasty, brutish, but not short, long. I'm paraphrasing Hobbes now. It's very, very clear for Tehran and for Moscow. The problem for Tehran is that now they have to deal it on a hot basis 24/7 as we speak. And Russia still have their leeway because they know That's the Americans, because they are under Trump 2.0.
Something's going to have to happen to pull this thing back and sit down at the negotiating table, because if this goes out of hand, goes out of whack, Russia will involve itself. Russia is not openly involved in protecting Iran, fulfilling ultimately Ezekiel 38. The prophecy for the day is Ezekiel 38. I got to go through that whole book. When God enters Israel, it's not talking about the kingdom of heaven. It's talking about now in this time. But everything got to calm down so that the chip can be, the prophecy of the chip can be manifested. MOTB. Let me just come back over here. Like I told you, we're doing a lot of analytical stuff. We gave you all the break. Y'all know the breakdowns. Now you just got to identify these current events with the breakdowns. What's happening right now, what the main scripture to go to is Ezekiel chapter 38 and ultimately Ezekiel chapter 39. That's the aftermath of Ezekiel chapter 38. The fulfillment of the valley of Jehoshaphat. I went through that yesterday, and I went into Joel 2 verse 20. The northern army going into a barren and desolate land. That's between the Red Sea and Euphrates. So the troops would be, that's what, Desert Storm, that's where they were stationed, right? Kuwait was to the east of them. So nothing's going to happen. The kingdom is not yet. The main prophecy, like I said, we sound like a broken record, but the MOTB. Look for the MOTB. Look for things settling down. Look for them to come at the negotiation table. And then hopefully in the next couple of months, they'll push 6 months or whatever. They'll push within 6 months, hopefully they'll push the doing away with the paper dollar. And then eventually, inside of months, I would think, to make everybody get a chip, and people are going to get a chip because they don't understand the scriptures. Christians are going to get the chip. There's going to be a time where they're going to despise the people that don't get the chip and lock up some of them, kill some of them, ultimately kill them. So be ready to die. And then they're not going to kill all of us because there's got to be witnesses. Okay? Like John, they killed all the apostles except for John. Why did John remain? Because the Most High put the Spirit in the king of Nero, not to. Well, actually, he lived past Nero. Nero died, and you had the four emperors, Galba, Otho, Vitalis, and Vespasian. And you had Titus and his son. So it was during the reign of Titus' brother, that I believe he was up in he was in the salt mines, Patmos. And the reason why he did not die, because the Most High spared his life so he can receive those visions. He can receive those visions. Let's go.
Zero. On a roll, I'm quoting, in their own minds, because they think that they can basically attack anybody, basically kill anybody, basically.
That's that pride. Obadiah, that pride. Pride cometh before destruction. Haughty spirit before a fall, before destruction. Merely paraphrasing. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwelleth in the cliffs of the rock. Excuse me. The wicked. They're known as the wicked. They're known as the ungodly.
They already destroyed the system of international relations, and they already destroyed any remnant of international law. So now it's total chaos, total anarchy, and it's the law of the mega jumbo. And no wonder they are on a roll, because these people are extremely insecure. They are giants with clay feet, and especially they are led by an extremely insecure megalomaniac psycho with the mind of a 2, 3, or 4-year-old maximum. So this is quite clear for Moscow, because I was in Moscow last week. doing a series of interviews, which please, all of you, our audience, you can find these interviews everywhere on YouTube.
Amazing interview you did.
Yes, we did a series of interviews, absolutely extraordinary. Thanks to this new discussion club in Moscow. We talked to the former Prime Minister of Ukraine from 2010 to 2014, Mr. Azarov. And it was George Galloway and myself. At the end, we were both looking at each other, and we said, wow, this is, you could feel your skin moving. It was harrowing. It was very personal. And this is from a top player for 4 years at the top level of the Ukrainian government before Maidan. So this kind of stuff, please, all of you, take a look, reflect on what these...
Also, Russia will back Iran, pursuant to Ezekiel, the scripture of the day. The chapter today, Ezekiel chapter 38. We got to go through that. Ezekiel 38, 2nd Ezra 15, 2nd Ezra 16. All the prophetic scriptures. Now, I'm going to say this. That shows you that the U.S. will back up when Russia and China gets involved. Militarily, they will back up. They will sit down. They will be ready to negotiate. And to show you that they're scared of Russia, is Ukraine is an ally of the U.S. How do we know that? How many hundreds of billions of dollars was given to the Ukraine, even by the Nero administration? He's given hundreds of billions, 50 billions here, 100 billion there. Go back to Biden. He must have gave at least 350, 400, 500 billion. You know what you can do with all that money in the United States? They don't care about the United States. You know? So when Russia truly gets involved, they're going to back down. And we all know what's going to happen. Ezekiel chapter 38. Anyway, with that, you can watch this. This is going to be live. So anyway, shalom, on to the next. Shalom. Isaiah 4:1 coming to pass.